Peggy Fisher-Keller is here, curator of geology at the Indiana State Museum and Historic Sites. And Kitty Kubaki is here, owner of Oh My Jewelry. Did I say that right?
You did.
I did. Okay, Oh My Jewelry. So, GeoFest, it's coming, it's happening, and it's really cool.
It is. It is this Friday through Sunday from 10 to 5 at the Indiana State Museum. And we are having exhibitors from around the country. They will be showing gems, fossils, jewelry, beads from all around the world. And we're going to be having activities and demonstrations all throughout the museum. You can paint your own pet rock, and we have a game called Paleozoic Scuba Diver. And we're also going to be having community partners with demonstrations and giveaways. It's going to be a really fun weekend.
This is, for me, it's interesting because we talk a lot about STEM on Indie Style. Amber and I interview a lot of guests, but this is part of STEM. This is the science part. A lot of times people think robotics or computers or things like that. No, the very earth we're walking on is perhaps the biggest priority. So you brought some examples. What exactly are we looking at here?
So these are pieces from our museum collection. This is a geode. Geodes are found in south central Indiana. So this is a really beautiful rock that has different kinds of crystals on the inside, different kinds of minerals. And I have a crinoid. This particular kind, a crinoid.
A crinoid.
Yeah, they're about 350 million years old.
Okay.
Give or take. And and this one is actually the kind that's being proposed as the Indiana state fossil.
Oh, okay. What is it?
It's a sea lily. They're still alive today. They're related to starfish and sea urchins.
Wow. That in and of itself is beautiful. Now I'm going to ask you the question that she asked you during the commercial break when she was doing my job, which was, how would you know that you were seeing a geode somewhere? They don't come like this. I've been to enough tourist stops where you crack it open with a hammer.
Right. So this is just half the geode. They're usually sort of ball-shaped, and they're found in flat-lying rocks, at least here in Indiana. They're found in flat-lying rocks, so really it looks like a ball sticking out
like a protrusion, so it might be fairly obvious.
To my eyes.
Well, go to school, kids. Stay in school. How did you get interested in taking what the Earth's given us and fashioning it into this beautiful stuff?
Oh, well, I was a rock collector when I was a kid, talking about collecting things. My dad was a big game hunter, and when he would come home, he wouldn't have bought me something. He would have collected rocks along the path. And he'd come home, and I'd say, "What'd you bring me?" And I was very happy to have a little pile of rocks. So,
when did you decide to start shaping the rocks yourself?
About 20 years ago, the bead sensation became very big, and I have never worked with plastic beads. I've always worked with stone beads because they sing to me. They say something very special. Yes.
Are there some stones that lend themselves more to being a bead or being shaped than others?
Oh yes, a lot of beads are way too fragile. That when they're drilled or when they're honed, they just pulverize. Like opals are very, very fragile, so you have to be very careful with them. So you're not going to see the fragile ones here, except for, say, like this stalactite. This is an amethyst, a piece of amethyst, and in one cave anywhere in the world, in Uruguay, the cave is so huge that stalactites form from the ceiling, and then eventually the amethyst grows around the outside, and then they're allowed every about 50 years to harvest them. So they cut it off at the ceiling, and then they make slices, and so this is the inside of the stalactite. This side, this out here is the amethyst, and that's very fragile. You don't want to drop that, or it'll just crack.
I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting you to be as sciencey as her.
That's because I love them. I love to learn about
them. There's nothing wrong with anything that you might be collecting at home, as long as you're passionate about it and you're knowledgeable about it. So where can we go to get more information?
So indianamuseum.org is our website. You can learn all about GeoFest, and that's the place to look.
That's the place to look. And you?
KittyKubaki.com.
All right, we'll put those links on IndieStyle.tv. 10 to 5, 21st through the 23rd, Amber.
That is so
amazing stories already.